Ways to settle disputes. They should let Congress watch this. That would solve everything. Union College and Union University. Now there's a dispute waiting to happen. Adagio for Suburbia.
Here come Alice and Jerry and Eddie on their way to school.
They're conjoined triplets.
Uh-oh. What does Alice see?
A young Tanya Harding gets pulled over. Yeah, that was all I got. Sorry. I want to ride my tricycle. Grand Theft Tricycle.
Disputing over who should ride the tricycle certainly spoils their play.
I got $5 on the girl.
It isn't any fun. And besides, it's dangerous. Someone's likely to be hurt.
Isn't that the point of hitting?
Just think. All this time they could be having fun on the tricycle. Yes, it's better to settle our disagreements quickly and fairly.
Via the UN.
So Eddie offers to help settle this one. But each wants the tricycle all to himself.
How about I cut it in half for you?
Eddie, that they share the tricycle.
All right, she pedals and you hold on for dear life.
That's certainly more fun than disputing over it, isn't it?
I don't know. I kind of enjoyed the hitting.
We call this way of settling a dispute a compromise.
Of principles.
That's when neither has his own way entirely. They both give in a little and share the bike.
So nobody's really happy.
And here's another way to compromise. Take turns driving the bike.
Okay, I'll take the next 5 seconds.
Often, as we play or work together, we have to compromise to settle some of our disputes.
Aww.
But did you know that there are different kinds of disputes and different ways to settle them?
They disproved that on Mythbusters.
Let's watch for them as we go on to school,
where a hotbed of disputes await them.
On the school grounds, Eddie and Jerry rush off to play ball.
Ignoring class entirely.
And Alice goes to play jump rope with the others.
The Dharma Initiative?
She doesn't try to break up the game. She shares and waits her turn.
Like a true conformist.
Compromises are one way to settle some disputes quickly and fairly and prevent other disputes starting, such as, who shall drink first at the fountain?
Thou shalt drink from the fountain in alphabetical order.
Meanwhile, Jerry and Eddie are playing work-up baseball.
Work up?
Oh, Bill really hit that one.
Ooh, a whole 12 feet.
Good catch, Jerry.
Very good, Jerry.
And the rule is, Jerry gets to bat next.
Awfully specific rule.
And Bill changes places with Jerry in the field. So Bill wants to use Jerry's new glove. But Jerry won't let him.
Jerry's a jerk. Wilt thou grant me this boon of donning thy leather gauntlet? Some day I may relinquish control of my own mitt, but it is not this day. Hey!
How would you settle this dispute?
A fight to the death.
Well, the glove belongs to Jerry, so he can share it or not as he likes.
Jerry.
Since Jerry's glove is just new, we can't blame Jerry now.
While he's listening.
Later, when the glove is not so new, he'll probably agree to share the glove.
I doubt it.
The bat and ball, though, belong to the school, so we all do share them. That's the rule. So here's another way to settle some kinds of disputes. Obey the rules.
Bow down before Jerry.
There are rules about common property we share, such as the ball and bat.
And restrooms.
And rules about personal property, such as Jerry's glove.
And cup.
There are rules for playing games, and many other kinds of rules.
Unwritten rules.
If we know and obey the rules, many disputes can be settled quickly and fairly.
Ignorance of the rules is no excuse.
It's the rule that this part of the playground is for the little folks only.
Leprechauns?
So if we all obey the rules, we won't have many disputes.
You must be this short to ride.
There's a rule that all bicycles should be put away in these racks.
Never to be ridden.
And obeying this rule will help prevent disputes.
But it won't prevent bike theft.
And when it's time to go into school, there are rules about which doors to use and which way to go inside.
Use the outer doors.
Rules are planned to help us prevent problems and disputes,
while causing new problems of their own.
There's another kind of dispute that can be settled in another way, like this.
Watch.
That's my notebook. You stole it. I did not. Give it back. Wait a minute, Alice. Are you sure you didn't leave your notebook in your desk?
Who asked you, Jerry?
I'm sorry, Harold. I made a mistake. That's all right. I got mine yesterday.
What caused this dispute?
Alice's mood swings?
It happened because Alice didn't have all the facts. We need to find the facts.
Just the facts.
Alice's notebook was in her desk. And Harold has a new notebook just like hers.
Kind of embarrassing, really.
These facts are all that are needed to settle the dispute. So let's remember to find the facts.
And Waldo.
Sometimes we have to hunt for the facts. This way.
Miss Williams, what's the bandersnatch? A what? A bandersnatch. There isn't any such thing. There isn't even any such word. There is too. It's in a poem I read.
Well, then why'd you ask?
Williams, isn't there such a word?
It's not in my teacher's
Where
guide.
do you think you could find out?
Wikipedia?
We could look it up in the dictionary. Yes, let's.
Jerry and Betty don't need to argue.
Consult
they can
the
easily
dictionary.
find out who is right.
They just like saying Bandersnatch.
Find the facts, and you can settle the dispute.
Let's see. Bandwidth.
Bandersnatch. A fabulous animal in Through the Looking Glass by
Banderas.
Lewis Carroll. See? That's where I read about it. A fabulous.
Fabulous.
Does that mean it isn't a real animal, just a made-up one?
In this case, yes.
I think.
There is such a word.
Oh,
It
made
does
up
help
word.
to find the facts.
Morning. I want you to start thinking about choosing a representative for the playground committee.
See, I wrote it on the board and everything.
The committee will help decide what kinds of equipment to buy and what
Gloves.
safety rules to make for the playground. Now, we must choose someone to represent our class on that committee.
Oh, oh, oh!
I think Jerry, because he can play baseball like anything. And besides, he's got a new baseball glove.
Oh, well.
Jerry's a good choice. We want someone who knows a lot about games. Or
Committee
That
games.
doesn't matter so much. We want someone who gets along with people. So I think it should be Eddie. Eddie knows how to settle arguments. He can play baseball pretty well, too. Let's put Eddie on the committee.
Yes, but what has he done in the past?
Jerry!
Barabbas!
How shall we choose our representative? How shall we settle this?
Cage match.
How can this dispute be settled? Well, we know some different ways of settling disputes. Will one of them help here?
Yes or no? I don't know.
A compromise helps settle some disputes. Each person gives in a little bit, and then both can have part of what they wanted. But how would a compromise help choose between Eddie and Jerry? They can't both be on the committee, and
Why
they
not?
can't take turns.
How come?
No, that won't help. Obey the rules? Well, some disputes can be settled this way. But the only rule to follow in choosing a representative
Is kill or
is
be
to choose
killed?
the best person for the job. Who is best?
Well,
How
not
can we
Jerry.
decide?
And look at him.
What about finding the facts? That's often a good way to settle disputes.
Facts are never distorted.
But we need more than the facts here.
We need marketing.
Jerry knows more about games, and Eddie knows more about getting along with people. But which one should we choose?
Our playground's
We
future
need a
hangs in the
different way to
balance.
settle this problem.
I have an idea, Miss Williams. We want either Jerry or Eddie to be on the committee. You tell us which one you think it should be, and he'll be the one.
Brown
Well,
noser.
I could do that. Sometimes we do use a judge or arbiter or an umpire to give us his opinion and
Kiss
settle
my
questions
umpire
that way.
butt.
But don't you think everyone should help choose our representative?
Oh, you mean an election. Let's
A
vote
what?
for the one.
There's no such word.
There we are. That's a good idea.
No one can screw up an election.
Alice and Betty will count the votes in the election to find the opinion of the class. Often we need to find opinions to settle our disputes. Sometimes you'll want the opinion of some expert or judge.
Maybe.
Sometimes you'll want to take a vote to get the opinion of the whole group.
The mob's
Finding
mentality.
opinions is the way we settle many important questions. That's the way we'll settle this question. Now let's see. Jerry gets 12 votes,
But there are only 10 students.
and Eddie?
No voting twice. Well,
15 votes.
There must have been
Eddie
absentee
wins.
votes.
So he's elected to be on the playground committee.
He barely got the
And
popular
look,
vote.
this dispute was settled fairly, and so Jerry and Eddie are still good friends, just as they always were.
Yeah, I can already see the
It's
stickers coming
worthwhile
out
to know
saying,
many ways
"Don't
to
blame
settle
me, I
disputes.
voted for Jerry." If you are as thick as a pair of shoes, you might need a few more therapeutic views of Coronet instructional films. The end.